Cool, let's go.
What's up, everybody? Amethine here, back again with another full guide. I'm finally getting these started again. We're going to go through the Nightmare version of Dash'roode from Scum and Villainy today in Star Wars The Old Republic. And the raw version of this video has been live on the channel for quite some time. I did not take the original audio out, so the only time you're going to hear new audio is when I freeze the frames to kind of explain what's going on and what to expect. A little bit of a caveat or an acknowledgement, I guess, before we get started. I am aware that this is just Nightmare Dash'roode and that most people can do this in their sleep. I know that it's okay, but I like to be consistent, and since I'm doing full guides for every fight in this raid, I need to include Dash'roode in that. So I am going to go through it. If you do get something out of it, awesome, and regardless, I appreciate you taking a look and hanging out with me for a little bit. So let's go. Okay, real quick, you can see here where our tank clicks the little shield generator that's highlighted in blue. That is going to start the fight. It's going to pop a big ballistic shield around us, looks like the sniper ballistic shield, and Dash'roode comes out, and one of the tanks grabs him and brings him to the spot where we want him tanked for the entirety of the fight. Real quick, we're also going to talk about the best way to get Dash into position. So we didn't actually figure this out until a little bit later, like after this video was originally recorded. But the best way to get Dash into the position that we want him in, to keep him between that post and the rock slab, is to kind of swivel around like the arm of a clock, right? Kind of like you're going, let's say, counterclockwise. And you're going to move slightly past that little spear post, and then you're going to back into that post to position Dash into it, right? So that he's between that post and the rock slab. And then you want to kind of stay on the post because he's going to hit you and kind of pull you into him a little bit. And each time he does that, you need to make sure to get back on the post so that when he does his knockback, he doesn't toss you super far out into the sandstorm. But like I'll mention in just a second, if he does do that, if he does toss you out, then it's just a tank swap and the other tank keeps him in the correct position.
Alright, Dash, we're gonna fuck you up.
Okay, so you can see here that the tanks are grabbing him and kind of coaxing him into place. Where they want him is against this little spear post on the right hand side here. The tank that has aggro on him will keep their back to that little post. If you line it up just right, then Dash shouldn't be able to knock that tank back too far whenever he does knock them back. But if he does, then the other tank just taunts him and puts their back against the post to keep him in place until the other tank gets back. And they can keep tank swapping back and forth like that, whether the tank gets tossed really far back out of the shield or when they get tossed way up into the air, they can tank swap so that the tank that does not get tossed in that moment can keep Dash in place. Meanwhile, if you look on the left here, there is this stone or rock slab where the DPS and the healers are going to keep our backs the entire fight. That way, when Dash does knock everybody back with his AoE knockback, we get knocked into the rock and we don't have very far to run back to stay in the fight. And we're going to keep him in place. Tanks.
No problem.
Wow.
Now you can see with the fight officially started, the boss is mostly in place. Not quite perfect. He could be a little bit more to the right to put him more between the post and the rock wall that the DPS and healers are standing in front of. But this is doable, right? Like, this is good. But now there's two ads that are spawning on the right-hand side here. These two Chirac, these medium-sized bat-looking creatures. Throughout the rest of the fight, they're going to keep spawning. As long as the shield is up, they're going to attack this bulbous little shield generator over here, and they're going to attack it until it's dead, or until it's destroyed. Once it's destroyed, the shield that is over us is going to disappear. And then we're going to start getting sandstorm stacks on us. The entire group is. The more stacks you have, the more damage you take from the sandstorm. Now, it used to be that when that shield generator got destroyed and the shield went away, groups would pick up the battery that we clicked on to start the fight in the beginning. They would pick that up and they would move it to a new lit up zone in the fight, plant it down, and spawn a new shield, and rinse and repeat. That is no longer necessary. Now we're all just going to stay here. That shield is going to go away because that generator is going to get destroyed by the adds. And then from there, we just focus the boss while gaining stacks of sandstorm. Now those adds are going to keep spawning, so they're going to start attacking the group now that there's no shield generator for them to attack. So from there, we just AoE them down, death field, dot spread, force storm, death from above, whatever your group has available to them to AoE those adds down. And they'll attack the DPS or the healers. The tanks can also AoE taunt to get the adds on them to make the healers' lives a little bit easier while the DPS kills them. But as long as they die and we continue DPSing the boss, it's all good. They don't hit that hard. They're more annoying than anything. And it's pretty much rinse and repeat from there throughout the rest of the fight. No mechanic changes or anything like that. The only other thing that you might have to deal with, and this is random who it chooses to do this to, is someone might get teleported out into the sandstorm away from the group, and that's going to spawn womp rats on them, another group of adds. All that person has to do if it happens to them is run back to the group, bring the adds with them, maybe pop a defensive cooldown to soak up some of the add damage, but bring them to the group, we'll AoE them down too, get them dead. And then the only other thing that you're really having to deal with are those sandstorm stacks. Our group likes to pop our personal environmental shields around 30 stacks. You can buy those shields from the droid at the beginning of the raid as soon as you spawn in. But we pop those around 30 stacks. It depends on your group and what you all are comfortable with. Some groups like to wait until around 40 stacks to pop them. Some pop them sooner, 20, 25 stacks. It doesn't really matter. The whole point is to help you not take damage from the sandstorm stacks temporarily, to give your healers a little bit of a reprieve and time to catch up and get everybody to full health. But other than that, from that point forward, it's just killing the boss and killing adds anytime they come out. So enjoy watching the rest of the fight. More guides coming soon.
Oh.
Alt.
Your wall's bigger than ours.
Your wall's bigger.
My wall could beat up
There.
your wall.
That
Well,
reminds
why
me of
don't
that
you just
Family
build
Guy.
a new wall?
Hell yeah!
If it's not big enough, build a new one.
With some classic clues.
Here, have a shield.
Oh my gosh, see? You jinxed us, fucking ninja.
I'd say I'm sorry, but it'd be a lie.
I'm never
Come
sorry.
here.
Oh, whoops.
I mean, where?
Say hi to the birds, please.
I killed him.
I killed him.
Wow, that's mean. Wow.
To the moon.
Did you see a cow?
God damn, Alice finally got sent.
Nope.
I'm in the air.
To the moon.
Oh, use your shields if you haven't already.
Jeez. You can't throw me when I'm trying to reposition. Not allowed.
I feel like he disagreed.
In the air.
Using up.
Come on. I'm in.